has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast.
All right, so we go into hour 3 of Coast to Coast on a Thursday with my boy Blue. Mike Blewett, of course, the ball carrier. You see him on In Game Live with Joe Ranieri, the mayor of Miami. Couple of things. Make sure you get the SportsGrid app on iOS and Android. It's free, and it's badass. You can watch the network on your phone. You can listen to the network on the phone. If you think we're ugly, you can follow your favorite hosts like Mike Blewett. And it's incredible. They got in-game odds on there. And stories and videos and highlights, the whole deal. It's the SportsGrid app. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. Secondly, did you know we're streaming on X? Just go to SportsGrid-Live, and you can watch us on X 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365. It's the most incredible thing, technology. Third, make sure you check out the Ferrall Coast to Coast and Ferrall on the Bench podcasts on iTunes or wherever you download your podcasts. They're both available Monday through Friday. So we're here tomorrow, allegedly, Carver High and I have no idea what's going to happen tonight. My mother-in-law is in hospice. It's a bad scene. She may go tonight or tomorrow morning. We'll see how that goes. It's awful. My mother-in-law is in hospice. My sister-in-law is in hospice. And actually, I think there has been rumors that my family wishes I was in hospice. That is also high on the most bet player props today is that Ferrall should be in hospice, not Kathy O, not Michelle, but actually Uncle Futrelli should be in that position. So we'll see. Either way, Carver High will be here tomorrow, and you can thank him personally for screwing us again without giving us Thursday night tutties. Thanks so much again, Mike. We appreciate you greatly. Happy New Year. Anyway, thank God for Blue that he showed up today, for Christ's sakes. At least somebody showed up. Of course, Mafia and Luke will be I will refrain from bashing them because they are both here as well. I bash anyone that blows it off. And then not so much not being here because I know you have family and children and everything. It's that you don't give us the tutties that we like to bet on. His tutties are fantastic. His tutties are great. His tutties are the best. We win lots of money on the and then you don't give them to us at Christmas? Is that how it works now around here? Honest to Jesus H. Christ, can we get some tutties? And then, thank God, Blue gave us some tutties. By the way, Carver High gives about 8 more tutties than Blue, but it's irrelevant because Blue said there's only one that's going to pay, and he gave it to you. Saturday, very exciting. Bo Nix taking on the Bengals in the jungle, and he's not afraid of weather.
Well, we've, if you play football, you play in the rain, and, we're excited. I thought we ran the ball well against the Jets that day, so we're going to have to carry, that over, to have an open mindset, be willing to do whatever's working, and, we'll be able to handle the rain. We're professionals, and, they got to play in it too, so it's going to be good. It's going to be a good environment. It'll be fun.
Yeah, actually, I thought you sounded really like a rookie there, and it was quite boring. I just wanted to say that, Mike. And who do you like in this game? I think Cincinnati's going to beat their ass.
I do like Cincinnati, but I don't care about the rain. 30 degrees and raining, for Cincinnati at this time of year, that's not really a big deal. Yeah, so who cares about that? It's not some sort of driving rainstorm. It's 30 degrees and showers. Like, who cares? So I do think, though, that there's 2 concerns I have because both of us are backing Cincinnati. One is that the Bengals defense really is still terrible. They're dangerous because of Joey B and Jamar Chase and Chase Brown, who's actually been very good for them over the course of the last month, plus since Zach Moss has been out. But also the coaching disparity. Sean Payton is really versus Zach Taylor. That's a pretty big mismatch in my mind. And Zach Taylor is a guy that's gotten to a Super Bowl, but I'd be worried about Sean Payton dialing up some interesting stuff for the Bengals offense, which has been a little bit susceptible to turnovers despite the amount of yards they're putting up. 5 games in a row for Burrow, by the way, 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, there's no stopping them right now. I mean, earlier you're talking about them being in the playoffs. Denver's already in the playoffs or about to be, and I think both of them are going to be in the playoffs, to be honest with you. Is that possible that both of them make it? No,
nope. Because this is a kind of a death match. This game on Saturday.
Then.
Yeah, they both have to win to stay
the coach
in.
Is. You know why? You said it. Joey Silk is throwing for 400 yards a week and throwing to Chase like a mother Ferrall right now. And Brown's been running tutties. They're winning left and right. They're hot. They're as hot as the Rams. Now the Rams are on a roll, unequaled by their peers. Stafford talking about earning every win.
It's nice to be on a little bit of a run right now. The cool thing about this group is we know that we earn every single bit of it, right? We don't win the next game because we've won however many before it. You don't lose the next game because you've had a hiccup the week before, whatever it is. You got to go out there and earn it every single week. This is the NFL. That's what makes it such a great league to watch and play in. It's a challenge every single week. We've done a really nice job, especially as of late, just understanding that it's really more about us than anything else. We go out there, we play the way we know how to play, do the things that we're supposed to do, know how to play the game of football. It's just, whoever's next up is just happens to be. So we've taken that approach as of late, and it's been a really good, outcome for us, obviously.
So Luke did a survey for the last 3 months of who says and more, Ferrall or Matt Stafford, and I beat him by over 7,000 ums and over 3,000 uhs. Luke has a bone to pick with me about how many times I say and on the show every day. Drives him nuts. In fact, he has to take off once every 3 weeks just to have a day of relief from me saying and such. Anyway, Mike Now Blewett is concerned about my behavior. The Stafford 13-1 December record as Rams starting QB is all I need to know that they're going to beat by the time I get to racially profiled Arizona on Sunday or Saturday or wherever the hell the game is.
Rams have won 8 of the last 10. However, they've lost two of their last 3 at home. They've had a real stretch of road games here. They lost 2 of their last 3. They beat Buffalo, but had previously lost to Philly and Miami. You always have concerns because the Rams have this weird no fan base thing going on in their home games, but they're playing against a team that also has no fan base with Arizona. I like the Rams here. Arizona was eliminated for the playoffs with their loss the other day to the Carolina Panthers on the road in overtime. Ugly stuff out of the Cardinals. They were a team that was fighting pretty well for most of the year, but fell apart there at the end. James Conner ran for big yards. I think that could happen again. If you like a player prop there, look for the Conner overs, but I like the Rams here.
The Chargers have ruled out Gus the Bus Edwards for the game against the Pats. J.K. Dobbins is questionable. Chargers at Pats at Gillette in Foxborough. It'll be Nipsey Russell up there. Will the Chargers have a problem against this crappy team?
I don't think so, but I like a lower scoring game here. And when it's lower scoring like that, you start to lay 4.5 points. I think you start to get a little bit itchy about that, Scott. A lot of weird rumors around New England and a potential coaching change even after the one season. Bob Kraft has kind of backed Gerard Mayo, but I don't really believe that Mayo is totally safe. So I think they're playing hard to the end of the year for him. And I just be worried about laying that many points. So give me some props in this one, or give me the under in this one. I'd probably like the under more than the spread.
Sweet.
So my team didn't win this weekend, but I still did with this app that's taking over the game. Sports Millions Pick'em lets you make quick and easy predictions. Pick your favorite players, go higher or lower, and you can still win big even if your team loses. Plus, the multiplier is insane. With just a few picks, you can win big money. So get on it. They've got a welcome bonus to help you start off your winning streak.
there's a better chance the Raiders might stumble into a win because of who they're playing over the next few weeks than the Giants, who I don't think will win.
I don't believe for 1 minute that they want to win a game. I do not believe that the New York Football Giants want to win a game at all, because it will cost them dearly. In fact, they will continue to suck for years to come if they screw this up.
Ferrall Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circus Sports Million, Circus Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With two former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York team has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, so let's continue on here. We're under a tremendous strain. We're talking about Sunday's NFL games now, and the Vikings D coordinator Brian Flores talks about getting ready for the Packers, who've been on a roll.
Now we're, preparing for a very, very, very good Green Bay Packers team. As you guys saw last night, really talented across the board, especially offensively. So. Got our work cut out for us. They're very good. It'll be a major, major challenge this week. But we'll be at US Bank. I know it'll be loud, and we're looking forward to it.
Listen, Mike, I just want to say about this guy, I think he's a great coach, a great coordinator. Mm-hmm. I thought he ruined his career as a head coach with his lawsuits and his discrimination lawsuits. I think that people won't touch him with a 10-foot pole now because of what he did with Stephen Ross, accusing him of racism and everything else. Meanwhile, I think he's such a great coach. He should have been a head coach already. But, he didn't even come close. And remember, Bieniemy, everyone said he was going to be a head coach. That guy's so far from being a head coach, it's not even funny. And I'll tell you what, no one's beating the Packers right now.
Well, on Flores, he got a chance to prove it as a head coach, and he was a good head coach. He got pushed out for a variety of different reasons, and not because he wasn't a good coach. You're right about the lawsuits and the teams wanting nothing to do with him, or at least some of the teams wanting nothing to do with him. He's certainly a more talented coaching prospect than some of the guys who were just hired and some of the guys that will be hired in this next round. So hopefully someone sees the light for it. You say nobody's beating the Packers. The Vikes are on fire, Scott. They're a 13-2 football team. They've won 2, 3, 4. They've won 8 in a row. I love this game. It could be one of the games of the year. They had an excellent game the last time they played. I picked the Packers to go to the Super Bowl, though. So this would be one that I think would get me back to thinking that they could pull it off because they came up woefully short the last time they played the Lions. The Vikes as an underdog at home is fascinating in the way that this line has played out. I'm going to enjoy this one, and I'm with you, though. I think the Packers get this victory. with the way this offense is playing, they're in good shape.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it should be a great game. I think, like I said, I'm just telling it like it is with Flores. I like him. I think he's a great coach. I just think he lost his mind. Like, literally, like, what are you doing, bro? You're, like, taking on the establishment, all these old white billionaires. Like, it's just crazy. It's like, it's a kiss of death. I mean, they're going to turn on you. They blackballed him. They blackballed that guy from being a head coach, and everybody knows it. Nobody wants to say it. I will. Michael Penix, here he is on what he learned from his first NFL start. What I learned is it's always great playing a crappy team like the Giants.
Man, the game is fun. The game is fun. Like, I seen this quote with Jameis Winston when he said in the interview. After he got hurt, he was like, he didn't realize. He was like, what did he say? He said he didn't realize. He used to be like, he loved football, but he said the really what he really loved was playing football. And a lot of people laughed at it, but they didn't understand. But like, as somebody that's been injured, been in times where, I had to sit out, not just being a backup, but actually having to sit out because of injuries. Like, I get what he's saying, and it was fun to be out there, fun to be able to compete with the rest of my brothers. So,
well, he blew out his knee, so he knows what it's like to sit out for a year. But he's also going to find out the hard way this week what it's like to lose, because they have to win out to get in the playoffs. They're losing to Washington, Mike.
Yeah, Washington's still fighting for seeding and everything else. I would love to see Penix step up and play better than he played the other day. They didn't win that Giants game because of Michael Penix. They won that Giants game because the Giants are inept. They're throwing picks left and right, pick sixes. So I just think that Washington is a superior team right now. It's unfortunate that Atlanta's in this spot. I really thought at the beginning of the year they had a chance to win this division. It's clear to me that the way that the Bucs can play offense, Scott, makes them the best team in this division and a tough out in the playoffs. I don't think they go on a crazy run, but I don't think you're going to want to play the Bucs the way they're playing offense right now. Two good backs. They got Evans and now Jalen McMillan coming across as, by the way, Michael Penix's teammate at Washington, Jalen McMillan, a really interesting rookie wideout, and Cade Otton, who didn't play in the last game. They have a lot of good weapons on this offense. And Liam Cohen, the Bucs offensive coordinator, look for him in this next cycle of head coaching candidates.
And I just think Baker Mayfield's a badass. Here's Nick Sirianni, the Eagles coach, talking about their quarterback room. I can tell you right now before listening to this that all you have to do is watch Kenny touchdown last week. That's why they lost.
Yeah, very, very much so. We feel good about that. We feel good about that room. Like I said, Howie's done a great job of building depth here, right? And this isn't, when Jalen was out in our game this week, you lost. He wasn't the first starter to have to miss some time, and so and that's what's a great part about a team. You hate when you lose a guy and they're not able to go, but it gives other people opportunities to step in and play, and I think that's what's happened consistently here this year, from Fred Johnson to Isaiah Rodgers to Grant Calcaterra, and so I'm excited about this team. I'm excited about the depth that we have, and Kenny's included in that.
Yeah, I don't believe that. CeeDee Lamb's out for the rest of the year because of a shoulder. Can Dallas upset Pickett in the Link?
Yes, and should Pickett be playing or should it be Tanner McKee? That is a question that Nick Sirianni may have to answer.
Yeah, I
still go with absolutely can. Cooper Rush is playing well.
Small hands Luke has still got to play.
Yeah. Small hands Luke. That's a good one. I like that one.
All right.
It's got to be all Saquon. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I were them. Teddy Bridgewater's going to come out of retirement and sign with the Lions. What could be worse? He was doing so great at Northwestern and Miami, winning state championships. He thinks he's going to come back and do what? I mean, it's not happening. Like he's tripping. He's another guy tripping today. I'm sorry, I don't want to hear it. When we come back, we'll give you an update on this Pitt-Toledo game and tell you about all the college football that's coming up.
As the candles flicker, A new tradition shines. 8 nights of Hanukkah. 8 nights of winning insights.
Well, they may come out slow, so you might be able to get a better number.
Wow, they're favored.
With SportsGrid, every night is another chance to win.
No pick sixes today, they cover. So let's crunch it up. Let's make it happen. Let's give you our favorite props.
Let your Hanukkah winnings brighten your celebrations. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Right here with you on Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Odds in motion, trying to see what lines have moved throughout the week.
Never felt more comfortable in this set than I do for this year. I'm ready. I'm just getting angry. The hot takes are going to be here all long, people.
You don't want them to go 13-0 and then lose the first round of the playoffs.
Red.
Yeah, this is their last shot. They don't really have anywhere else to go yet.
Hot take.
By the time I hit, I guess what, Route 33 up here, that ticket's cashing.
Only on SportsGrid. In the heart of winter, when nights grow long, we come together under these lights. A team, united by purpose. Fans bound by passion. Each holding a small flicker of hope in their hands. At SportsGrid, we believe that even the darkest nights can't dim the unity we share. One team, one stadium, one shining moment. This holiday season, we shine brighter together. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
All right, so our last segment with our boy Mike Blewett. Great job today, Mike. Thank you. We love you, appreciate you. And if I don't see you, Happy New Year, brother. We'll start with this. The update is Pitt 30-27 with 7 minutes left in Ford Field in Detroit in the Game Above Sports Bowl. And then let's go back to Christmas Eve. How about the game in Hawaii? South Florida outlast San Jose State in 5 overtimes. And the Bulls had 3 rushing touchdowns on only 56 rushing yards. San Jose State, 2 rushing TDs, 2 passing TDs. Here's USF getting a stop on the 2-point conversion in the 5th overtime to win the longest bowl game in college football history.
Let it play out.
Plays out. Walker Egan moving to his left, crosses body. It's incomplete and it's over. South Florida pulls off the 5-overtime win at the Hawaii Bowl.
Great job by the high school guy calling it on ESPN. I'm just kidding.
Tough.
I'm sorry. I just had to do that right there. I didn't mean to be so mean. Actually, I did. Today, there's more bowl game. If I don't know you, I'll make fun of you. And I make fun of myself a lot, too, on this show. So there's a lot of self-deprecation. I don't want to hear it. If you don't like the show, go to church. Honestly, like if you're too soft to handle our humor on this show, you're not going to do well here. Otherwise, have a ho-ho or a Twinkie. It makes you feel better. Here we go. Rutgers and K-State in the Rate Bowl. What could be worse than that? Honestly, the Rate Bowl with Rutgers and Kansas State. Who do you like in this one?
I don't like the name of it. I'll tell you that. But shout out to Rate if they sponsor any shows on SportsGrid. But they got to come up with something.
On SportsGrid, big fans.
We do. I mean, we can't get enough of Rate. If they're on SportsGrid, we can't get enough of them.
What is the going rate? You and I could do a
7.5.
On the AFC North, the going rate, we could call it.
7.5 is a lot here, Scott, but K-State is a much better team than their record showed. Rutgers was undefeated well into the season and then fell apart once they got into the meat of their Big Ten schedule. I like K-State, but probably a lower scoring game. I don't know that we get over 52.5. I think K-State's defense will step up and get the victory.
Yeah, I'm with you. Arkansas State and Bowling Green in the Ventures Bowl. I think it's in Mobile, Alabama. What do you think of this game? Bowling Green laying 10.5. It was 8.5 at breakfast. It's 10.5 at dinner.
So what the hell is happening right now? There's got to be some news out there on Arkansas State that I may not be aware of that seems like a lot of points. I would take the points normally, but somebody hit the transfer portal this morning. Why would that move so much in that short a period of time?
I don't know. Former NFL Pro Bowler Deshaun Jackson is finalizing the deal to become the next head coach at Delaware State. It's funny to me how Vic got what? Norfolk State. This guy gets Delaware State. These guys are next guy's getting the job at Hamtramck Tech. And
those are both MEAC schools. So players headed back to, obviously Vic is right from that area, from Norfolk State. So I wish them success. I hope it works out. Delaware State just fired their AD. Yeah, that's right. Delaware State just fired an AD, so the new AD comes in and hires Deshaun Jackson. I did not even know Deshaun Jackson was in coaching. I wish him the best.
I didn't know Delaware State was a school. I'm just kidding. Jim Laranega
They're the Hornets.
is done at Miami. The basketball coach is out at Miami. He stepped down today, and the interim coach will be Bill Courtney, whoever the F that is. The Red Wings fired Coach Derek Lalonde after a 13-17-4 start and replaced him with Todd McClellan, who's already been recycled 5 times in the NHL. It is unbelievable to me how they recycle bottled water coaches in the NHL. The NHL stats leaders at the break. We have hockey stat leaders at the break. This is unbelievable. How exciting. McKinnon. Look at these. Draisaitl. I can't keep up with all these. I mean, how many things does McKinnon's in the lead in multiple things. Cale Makar. I mean, look at this. The NHL, very exciting. Plus, we have the NHL playoff picture at the break. Can we get a playoff picture? I cannot read that at all, Mike. With my vision, I have lost all abilities to see.
There's a lot of teams. There's a lot of teams that are going to make it. A lot of teams not going to make it. That's what we can tell you.
Against Dallas, I saw at the top there. If he puts it up again, I could actually take a look at it. No, there will be no more hockey viewing today. There it is. Devils playing Ottawa, I believe. Boston and Toronto at the bottom. The Oilers and Kings. At least I got some of it in for you. Lou, thank you. I love you.
As the candles flicker, a new tradition shines. 8 nights of Hanukkah, 8 nights of winning insights.
Like they may come out slow, so you might be able to get a better number.
Wow, they're favored.
With SportsGrid, every night is another chance to win.
No pick sixes today, they cover. So let's crunch it up. Let's make it happen. Let's give you our favorite props.
Let your Hanukkah winnings brighten your celebrations. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Right here with you on Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Odds in motion, trying to see what lines have moved throughout the week.
Never felt more comfortable in this set than I do for this year. I'm ready. I'm just getting angry. The hot takes are going to be here all long.
You don't want them to go 13-0 and then lose the first round of the playoffs.
Red.
This is their last shot. They don't really have anywhere else to go yet.
Hot take.
By the time I hit, I guess what, Route 33 up here, that ticket's cashing.
Only on SportsGrid. In the heart of winter, when nights grow long, we come together under these lights. A team, united by purpose. Fans bound by passion. Each holding a small flicker of hope in their hands. At SportsGrid, we believe that even the darkest nights can't dim the unity we share. One team, one stadium, one shining moment. This holiday season, we shine brighter together. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
Adam Caplan is our NFL insider on SportsGrid. We get him every Thursday. The luxury of Cap on Thursdays on Coast to Coast. Plus, you can follow him on X at Caplan NFL, almost 30 years covering the NFL. And in the second segment, which fans absolutely clamor for, you get Bust a Cap in your ass. It's Adam's NFL spread picks for the week of Pain Day. That we've already seen some painful things happen, like my Steelers getting bent over by the Chiefs yesterday. Although I did bet on Kansas City -2.5, but I've seen my Steelers fall to pieces over the last 10 days, lose the North. Now they got to play on the road in the playoffs. It's a disaster. I have home playoff tickets, flights, hotels for the 11th and 12th. That's not happening now. I'm losing a ton of money. I blame Adam Caplan. Also, I wanted to mention the Texans looked worse than the Steelers yesterday. And I wanted to mention that Adam said to me that he does not like people from Delaware as we were getting ready to come on the air here today. Ready for some Thursday night intel. Adam's going to break down these Seahawks and Bears in Chicago.
All right, we'll talk about that, but I also want to talk about the Steelers after we're done with this game. So the Seahawks, they look, they lose 2 in a row at home. They look really, really bad. Geno Smith has not looked good. He had the knee injury 2 weeks ago. This is one of these odd things, Scott, where they're really bad at home, 3-6, but they're phenomenal with a rookie head coach on the road. They're 5-1. They've actually won 4 in a row on the road under Mike McDonald, their head coach. It is interesting talking to teams sometimes. You rally together. You get together. You feel better away from home. That's clearly what's happened here. Now, they play a Chicago team that they've lost 9 in a row. Remember you and I were laughing with Eberflus. Matt Eberflus was the favorite for Coach of the Year. You got fired. Yeah, I remember you and I were like, no way, this is ridiculous. And now I'll say this thing about the Bears, although we'll get it. We'll kind of go and how we see this game, but they're very competitive at home. In fact, they're 4-4. They haven't won a game on the road. And they've had a number of games where they had the lead in the second half and they choked the lead. Now, here, when we look at the game from a scouting standpoint, Chicago's is without 2 offensive linemen. Tevin Jenkins with a calf injury, who's one of their starting guards, and Braxton Jones, who's their left tackle, who's got an ankle injury. He's done for the season. They put him on IR earlier this week. That's a problem. Seattle's pass rush has been better, but they've been giving up plays on the back end. You saw that last week with Sam Darnold. But the problem with Chicago is you never know what you're getting from Caleb Williams. One week you go, wow, he looks like he's advancing. The next week he regresses. So they're a team that's been confounding. After that great start, they've been completely gone the other way for blowing a number of games, and that's a big reason why they've lost 9 in a row.
So Walker not going. Charbonnet is. He's been pretty good for them. A lot of people, you say, compare him to who?
James Conner. He very stylistically, when you look at Zach Charbonnet, who was a second-rounder last year, who will fill in again for Kenneth Walker with an ankle injury, who's now missed 4 games. I know he's not as explosive as Kenneth Walker, but he's got better versatility. He could block and pass pro. He could catch on third down. And he's built, and he plays like James Conner. Now, when I say that, James Conner's a really good back. But Kenneth Walker is their starter. And Charbonnet, who's, by the way, filled in, done a nice job. Good in the passing game. He'll fill in again tonight. Look, he doesn't have Walker's juice in the run game. I get that. But he's got versatility. Chicago's had a number of injuries in the back end of their defense, and this is the game Seattle's got it. They got to win this. They know that. The only way that they get in is if they win the division. They know they got to win this game.
All right, before we talk about the Steelers, let's get in these key injury updates and lineup changes for a couple of games. Start with Cowboys at Eagles.
Yeah, this news just broke within the last hour, and this is bad for it's really interesting, by the way. This line has moved a lot of the last 24 hours. So it opened at 8.5 or 9, depending on which book you're looking at. It dropped to 6.5 because of the likelihood that Jalen Hurts won't play with his concussion. But then the Cowboys had said all week CeeDee Lamb would play. So my understanding is he's got an AC joint sprain. If you ever sprain your shoulder, like you could do sports, but it's going to catch your shoulder. He's been playing through a lot of pain. They don't think he needs surgery, but they're going to shut him down for the final 2 games. So the line, within 20 minutes after the Cowboys put the news out about CeeDee Lamb and not going to play the rest of the season, it moved from 6.5 to 7. Jalen Tolbert, who's a receiver out of South Alabama, by the way, he's had a breakout season as their third receiver. He will start opposite Brandon Cooks on Sunday at Philly.
And what about the Chargers in Foxborough?
Yeah, and by the way, this is really good because if you watch the Chargers, and I know that they had a good win last week, but they've not run the ball well at all. J.K. Dobbins, who shocked the world, he got off to a phenomenal start. Remember, over the last 2 years, he's had an ACL injury, he's had an Achilles injury. He got off to that great start. He wound up beating out Gus Edwards for the starting job. He was on IR, he still is, but he's practicing coming off a knee injury. And when they get him back, the juice in the run game is different. They're a different team with Dobbins in the lineup. So he just started working this week. They'll see how it gets through practice, but he's working. That's big news. If he could play, he's a game changer for the Chargers in that run game.
So, look, I bet on the Chiefs, laid the 2.5. I thought they'd beat the Steelers, and frankly, easily, and they did. Now, the Steelers lost to the Eagles, the Ravens, and the Chiefs. That is a brutal 3 games in 10 days, any way you slice it. But I have said today multiple times, they've fallen to pieces. I don't even have faith that they can beat the Bengals on the 5th. I'm going to that game in Pittsburgh next Sunday. It's not this weekend. It's next Sunday, the 5th. And I think the Steelers are in big trouble. They're going to have to play on the road in the playoffs. And I don't care who they play. If they play Baltimore on the road in the playoffs, they're going to get their ass beat.
Yeah, and look, this is what's troubling. So the word around the team is, look, they're different without George Pickens. Well, he plays in this game, and they got handled. Okay, they get 10 points. And now, I'm not absolving Russell Wilson here. That interception in the red zone was terrible.
Terrible.
You got to see where the defensive backs are aligned. That was a bad throw. He has not played well lately. Look, George Pickens is a game changer. There's no doubt about it. As Mike Tomlin said, by the way, he needs to get the ball more. The only thing positive I would say is Jaylen Warren looked really good at running back. They got to get him the ball more. He's more explosive, obviously, than Najee Harris is, but. And look, without Joey Porter Jr. at corner, their best corner, that was a problem. Patrick Mahomes, if the game was close in the fourth quarter, they could have put up 40. That's troubling for your Steelers. I agree with you. I've lost a lot of faith in them. And by the way, they've not won a playoff game since 2017.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Speaking of terrible, how about the Texans? They were worse than the Steelers.
And this is how it shows you that football's a game of inches, right? So they're down 10-2, right? They go down the field. They're marching. It's 4th and goal at the 3. They don't convert. The Ravens take the ball back. They score, and the game is over. They don't score an offensive point. Strata's had a sophomore slump. He's struggling. Their offensive line's been awful. They've lost two of their top receivers for the season due to ACL injuries. You can't put it all on their defense. They're just not playing well. They're in the playoffs. They know that, but they're going to lose early. They're not going into it. It's so obvious. Like you and I were so against the Cowboys to start the playoffs last year. We were right. Well, the AFC versions of the Cowboys, it's the Texans, same state. They're not playing well, and they're limping to the playoffs. They're not going anywhere.
I think it's the same story with the Steelers. They're both one and done. They're and I know at one point today people thought they were playing Houston. I think they're going to end up playing Baltimore as a 3-6. But either one of them, they're both going nowhere.
It's never a good sign. By the way, Andy Reid is Mr. December. Like, if you study them with Kansas City, particularly the Eagles, first couple of months, not great. They start getting better in November. They crush it in December. I don't like what I'm seeing from the Steelers here. You're very right to bring this up. You can't put it all on George Pickens not being there. He just played in this game. They don't get Mike Williams the ball. Coaches have to do a better job. Let's put it on them. Execution, yeah, not great by the players, but the coaches have to do a better job of getting these guys getting together going forward here.
Let me just say, I think one of the biggest problems is Wilson in the pocket. I think he's really slow. He gets tackled every time he's in there, and there's pressure. He never gets away. That's the thing that was different with Fields. Fields gets away from trouble, smells trouble, runs, has a first down. This guy, when he's in trouble in the pocket, it's over. Not only that, he fumbles the ball left and right. I mean, this guy, they said Pickett had small hands. I mean, Russell Wilson's fumbling the ball like nobody's business. It's embarrassing. We'll do another one, plus bust a cap in your ass with Adam.
As the candles flicker, a new tradition shines. 8 nights of Hanukkah, 8 nights of winning insights.
Like, they may come out slow, so you might be able to get a better number.
Wow, they're favored.
With SportsGrid, every night is another chance to win.
No pick sixes today, they cover. So let's crunch it up. Let's make it happen. Let's give you our favorite props.
Let your Hanukkah winnings brighten your celebrations. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Right here with you on Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Odds in motion, trying to see what lines have moved throughout the week.
Never felt more comfortable in this set than I do for this year. I'm ready. I'm just getting angry. The hot takes are going to be here all long.
You don't want them to go 13-0 and then lose the first round of the playoffs.
Red.
This is their last shot. They don't really have anywhere else to go yet.
Hot take.
By the time I hit, I guess what, Route 33 up here, that ticket's cashing.
Only on SportsGrid. In the heart of winter, when nights grow long, we come together under these lights. A team, united by purpose. Fans bound by passion. Each holding a small flicker of hope in their hands. At SportsGrid, we believe that even the darkest nights can't dim the unity we share. One team, one stadium, one shining moment. This holiday season, we shine brighter together. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
So we're talking to Adam Caplan. Coming up, Busted Cap in Your Ass, everyone's favorite segment on Coast to Coast for years. We'll do that in a minute. First, Packers-Vikings, a breakdown.
Yeah, this just in. So this is really good news because Harrison Smith, their star safety, didn't play last week with a foot injury. He started working his way back today, so that's really good news. The Packers are really banged up, Scott. Jair Alexander, the best corner, he's had this lingering knee injury. He's missed the past 4 games. He practices and winds up not playing. It's fascinating how the lines makers have the Packers on the road as a 1-point favorite, but getting Alexander potentially back this week would be huge. They've got a couple guys on their side. Bullard, their rookie safety out of Georgia, has been terrific. He's got an ankle injury. He just started working his way back. He's missed a couple games, but the big one would be if they can get Jair Alexander back, would be absolutely huge. You saw what happened when he played in the playoffs. Remember, after all the turmoil last season with him, he played against Dallas and played lights out. So they need to get him back for this. This game is fascinating to me, Scott. Are you surprised that the Packers on the road? By the way, the Vikings already won in Green Bay. It was a great game. They were up big, and then they almost blew the lead. Are you surprised that the Packers are a 1-point favorite here?
No, because the Packers, I think, are the hottest team in the NFL, including over the Rams or the Eagles or anyone else. I think the Packers are the most dangerous team right now in the NFL.
They are. Jordan Love is playing great. Now, they have not had a great schedule, but I give the Packers credit. They're playing lights-out football. Jordan Love has really improved after a slow start. But the big difference is Jeff Hafley, the defensive coordinator. So talking to people around the Packers, last year they just thought that the defense under Joe Barry was too passive. Hafley's running a different scheme. He's now running a 43, which they haven't run in decades, and they're playing great. This is the matchup of the week, one of the best matchups certainly of the season.
Falcons and Commanders at the dump in Landover.
Yeah, this is another one. This game was flexed tonight, and this is going to be a fun game. The Commanders with that huge win over the Eagles last week in Landover. Zach Ertz came through the game last week with a shoulder and concussion. He's fine. He's good to go this week. The big issue though with the Commanders is at the wide receiver position. They're really banged up. They're very thin to begin with. McLaurin did work today, by the way. He didn't practice yesterday. He did work today. They expect him to go with an ankle injury, but we'll keep an eye on their receiver position. Atlanta, by the way, Atlanta's one of the most healthy teams in the National Football League. As I understand, they expect all their starters to be available. And look, they've got Michael Penix Jr., his second start as a rookie, first game on the road. It's going to be very, very difficult to go in there. He handled himself really well against, obviously, a bad Giants team, but I'm curious to see how he's going to handle himself on the road, outdoors, by the way, at the dump, as you say, in Landover, Maryland.
Oh, it is a dump. Anyway, so we always like to slip in Merry Christmas, Happy Ferrellica, and Happy New Year to Adam here. Before we start, the dangerous liaison, otherwise known as Bust a Cap in Yo Ass. Here we go.
I'm 2-1 to start. Go ahead.
3 on Saturday. Chargers at Patriots. Patriots are getting 4.
The Chargers have to have this game. They know it. I like the Chargers to handle their business here.
Denver and Cincinnati in the jungle. The Bengals are on fire as well with Joey Silk laying 3.
I like Denver. Denver's shown to me they could win games on the road. Riley Moss, who's one of their starting corners, is going to be back from his knee injury this week. I know the Bengals are playing better football. I don't trust them in a big spot. I like Denver to pull off the upset here.
And Arizona at the Rams at SoFi in Lipstick City. The Rams are also cooking right now, laying 6.5.
Rams are at home. They're very healthy. I expect them to take care of business. For Cardinals, who, by the way, has been eliminated. So I like the Rams in this game.
All right, Sunday, pain day, 1 o'clock. The Colts are at the G-Men Big Blue at Snoopy. The Giants are getting 7.5.
Yeah, and that line's actually jumped a point from 6.5 to 7.5. I like the Colts to take care of business. The Giants are an absolute joke. They're the worst team, by the way, in the National Football League. They were not competitive last week, and they're just a really bad football team. I expect the Colts to take care of business. And by the way, the Colts are still alive.
I think that Mara and the Giants have done a phenomenal job of tanking for the last 7 or 8 weeks. I mean, they literally know, they have been told, lose or you will lose your job because they're going to get the number 1 pick. Here we go. Jets and Bills in the B-Low. Buffalo laying 9 to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and I expect Buffalo to play better last week. They didn't cover, but I expect them to cover this week and do better against the Jets, who simply cannot hold on to a lead.
Tennessee at the Jaguars. I would rather have all of my teeth fall out. Jacksonville laying 0.5 point.
This is absolutely Ticket Broker's day off in Duval country. I have to take a side, so I'll take Mac Jones to actually win a game here over the hapless Titans.
Vegas and the Saints on Bourbon Street at the Superdome. Saints are getting 1.
I actually like that. The Saints are so bad. They were so bad. Oh, they were non-competitive against Green Bay.
They're awful.
They're terrible. I like the Raiders in this game. Somehow.
Carolina and Tampa down to Raymond James and the Gulf Coast. Tampa's laying 8 with Baker Mayfield.
The Bucks, they know they have to play better. They have to have this game, and I like the Bucks to cover the number.
Dallas and the Eagles at the Link with a stripper pole and free brisket. Philly laying 7.
Yeah, that line just moved from 6.5 to 7. I like the Eagles and Kenny Pickett, your guy, to take care of business.
Small hands Luke. Here we go. Miami and Cleveland in the dog pound. The Dolphins are laying 6.5.
Yeah, DTR not very good at quarterback for Cleveland. I like the Dolphins to take care of business.
Green Bay and Minnie at the bank in Minneapolis. Green Bay is now getting 1.
Depending on which book you look at, I like the Vikings, who won earlier this season where they got up big, then almost blew the lead. I like the Vikings to take care of business.
Whoa, listen to this guy.
I'm on Sam Darnold, man. I can't believe it. I'm actually finally back in Sam Darnold.
All right, the Sunday nighter, Atlanta and Washington, as he said, was flexed. Washington laying 4 at the dump in Landover.
Yeah, I can't see Penix getting the job done here. Although I like Michael Penix long-term, I like the Commandos to take care of business at home and cover that number.
All right, phenomenal job, Adam. Again, happy Ferrellica. Happy New Year. You're the man. I'll see you again soon. Enjoy all the games Saturday and Sunday and Pain Day. Thanks for being on Coast to Coast, brother man.
Thank you.
As the candles flicker, a new tradition shines. 8 nights of Hanukkah, 8 nights of winning insights.
Like, they may come out slow, so you might be able to get a better number.
Wow, they're favored.
With SportsGrid, every night is another chance to win.
No pick sixes today, they cover. So let's crunch it up. Let's make it happen. Let's give you our favorite props.
Let your Hanukkah winnings brighten your celebrations. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Right here with you on Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Odds in motion, trying to see what lines have moved throughout the week.
Never felt more comfortable in this set than I do for this year. I'm ready. I'm just getting angry. The hot takes are going to be here all long, people.
You don't want them to go 13-0 and then lose the first round of the playoffs.
Red.
This is their last shot. They don't really have anywhere else to go yet.
Hot take.
By the time I hit, I guess what, Route 33 up here, that ticket's cashing.
Only on SportsGrid. In the heart of winter, when nights grow long, we come together under these lights. A team, united by purpose. Fans, bound by passion. Each holding a small flicker of hope in their hands. At SportsGrid, we believe that even the darkest nights can't dim the unity we share. One team, one stadium, one shining moment. This holiday season, we shine brighter together. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
All right, leftovers on a Thursday. I want to start with this. The Pitt-Toledo game in this game above Sports Bowl at Ford Field in Detroit Rock City, the Motor City, is going to overtime. Toledo got a late field goal. Pitt had a chance to win it, but couldn't get it done. And now they're going to the extra session tied at 30s. Toledo was getting 7. That's what I bought it at. I bet on Toledo at +7. And you know how this works. They both get the ball at the 25. Then they start doing the 2-point conversions, right? You got to, like the Hawaii Bowl the other day, they had 5 overtimes, longest bowl game in college football history. 41-39, South Florida won it in Honolulu. Here's Pitt with the ball first in this game, and they strike. The guy drops a touchdown all alone in the end zone, wide open. Loser, right in his hands. My man, bruh, you just dropped a wide open tutty. Fail. The fans are all bent over after that drop. Perfect pass by the quarterback, and the guy at Pitt drops the ball all alone, no one on him. The best player on the team, Reed, their best player, just choked. I mean, he had a touchdown like nobody's business. Game over, Tutty. And he dropped it right in his hands. What a fail. Now they're going to try to run it, and that is not working well at all. Look at Toledo, and they're talking smack on top of everything else. The humanity of it all. You would think they were at the Glass Bowl, one of the famous places in college football in the MAC. All right, the second game is going on already, this Kansas State-Rutgers game, and Kansas State is leading 3-0. Rutgers has the rock at their own 46 on 3rd and 4, and they're already down 3 in that game. Now, don't forget, later, the 68 Ventures Bowl, wouldn't want to miss that in Mobile, Alabama. That's where that game is. It's Arkansas State and Bowling Green. Bowling Green was laying 8.5 like the entire time that the bowl games were on the board, and now it's moved to 10. Bowling Green laying 10 here in this game. 53.5 is the number. It starts at 9 o'clock. This K-State game will be going on until then. Here's Pitt now getting a first down in overtime, so they still have the rock, and they got the first down. They have a chance to obviously keep the ball and score and take a lead in this game. It's still 30 apiece for finish time. 3 people shot and another stabbed during a wild family fight at the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport on Christmas Day. What a loving day, Christmas, to have a family fight, and 3 people get shot and another one gets shanked and stabbed in the chest on Christmas Day. God bless America. A dead body was found lodged in the wheel well of a United Airlines plane in Maui on Christmas Eve. Someone trying to stow on board on the wheel well, see if they could fly to Maui for free. How did he get on the tarmac and get inside the wheel well? That is unbelievable. They always find that person frozen to death. Little do they know that when they get above 10,000 feet, they will freeze to death. When they get to 35,000 feet, they become crispy critters. 2 New York men die after using bat poop, described as natural superfood, for weed to grow pot. They tried to grow pot with bat poop, and they died. 2 of them. Unbelievable. Bad science for them. They had bad projections of how they would grow their reefer. 7 tourists hospitalized in Fiji after drinking cocktails at the resort bar. I love this story. Everyone that had a pina colada ended up with explosive rhea at the local hospital. Nothing like having a cocktail on vacation down at the swim-up bar in the pool, and you end up in the hospital blowing chunks like Linda Blair in The Exorcist. You can't have it. Never trust a pina colada or anything creamy white. Trust me, bad things happen. GTD is next. Get my app. Search Ferrall. It is absolutely badass and makes people banned. We'll see you tomorrow at 3. I'm coast to coast.
As the candles flicker, a new tradition shines. 8 nights of Hanukkah, 8 nights of winning insights.
Like, they may come out slow, so you might be able to get a better number.
Wow, they're favored.
With SportsGrid, every night is another chance to win.
No pick sixes today, they cover. So let's crunch it up. Let's make it happen. Let's give you our favorite props.
Let your Hanukkah winnings brighten your celebrations. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Bear, who owns the football team, probably comes in, gives a little, oh, man, you're such a good little boy out there. Congratulations, the way you coach this football team. I'm never going to fire you.
Totally, I missed you pinching your own cheek as I was looking down and did not know we were getting.
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there with that guy named Ben. Like, that's what your grandma would do to you when you go see her on Thanksgiving or Christmas,
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.